Okay, I don't know what I did, but somehow or another, I turned my camera off. And now I don't know how to get it back on. That's crazy work. Hey, can you see me? Because I can't see me. And I'm trying to get my camera back on. Recharge on. Camera. It won't turn my camera back on, guys. Oh, okay. Y'all still can't see me, though. There I go. Here I go. Hey, y'all. So this behind me is Inner City Press. Now, y'all know that we've been reading. Thank you for the stick for the gifts. I forgot y'all could do gifts over here. I've been reading the Inner City Press. And we started out reading this earlier today, and I never came back and finished reading it for you guys. But I've been reading it. And I've also been thinking about what the defense is trying to put out there. So I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is important. So when it comes down to this Diddy and Cassie case, there was 2 days of Inner City Press transcripts that were put down on Twitter where he was transcribing everything going on in the court. We've heard media outlets talk about Cassie's testimony in court for the past 2 days where she was being questioned by the prosecution. Now today she's being cross-examined by the defense. Now you know from the media level that the defense has always said that this isn't about what they're trying to make it out to be, that this is about 2 consenting adults in a relationship, and that there was no trafficking and no coercion or any of that stuff that was going on, right? That's always been their stance. Now, y'all are going to come with me as I get my makeup off my face for the night, all right? I'm telling y'all, we're going to go talk about this. This is like a, I guess you could say a get ready with me for bed. Bedtime edition, right? So we heard all of the testimony. Well, not all of the testimony, because I don't have the transcripts yet. I'm waiting for Uda to send them to me. Uda's probably tired though, because he's been on go for real, for real. He gets up at the crack of dawn and he's running and he's going and yeah. But oh, if anybody wants to contribute to Get Henny to New York Fund, Cashapp me. But anyway, I'm not asking. I'm just saying, if you do, you do. If you don't, I'm still going to get there. But anyway, so Cassie, she testified to their relationship, okay? And today, what the defense was hammering in was the fact that Cassie was definitely in control, at least once that we know of, according to what I've read, of a freak off, all right? And that would be the freak off that, allegedly, it would be the freak off that led to that infamous video that we saw. Now, what they focused on was the fact that Diddy and Cassie, they were junkies. It's safe to say that. I'm going to say that it's a fact because it's being talked about in court. As you can see right above my head, in this transcribed portion, it says right up there, that time after San Bernardino, you learned that he had overdosed. He overdosed. Tell loose cannon to fly you there on a magic school bus. It's a little small, but you'll be okay. Rich Trapper is in the building. So he's overdosed. Now, at least once that we know of. And she's overdosed. Y'all remember? Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all remember that Cassie had overdosed, like she passed out from an overdose. at a freak off. And then, in this testimony today, she talks about passing out and waking up in the hospital with an IV in her arm. I don't know. Somebody got rid of it, I think. Oh, the question is gone, so I couldn't even answer it. Good job, Jackson J's mom. But she also said that these freak-offs were drug-fueled. Now, I know they're trying to build their case, the defense I'm talking about. I know they're trying to build their case and make it seem like, oh, this was just a toxic, out of control relationship. These two both were toxic to one another. She's setting up freak offs before her movie premiere. And he's trying to tell her, no, let's not do that. You get some rest. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I get it that that's what they're trying to paint. But I think they're missing the whole point of everything. In this testimony today, according to Inner City Press, she was asked about how many times they hooked up with freak-offs and there was a lot of drugs being consumed. This man was taking psychedelics. When he, look at this. That is a psychedelic that is used for spiritual ritual. For obvious reasons, I'm going to say anything on the life. But you'd be surprised how many of your fave celebrities have Narcan in their house. I believe it. I totally believe it. Now, as the defense is trying to show that, oh, Cassie had some control, Diddy wasn't in control of everything, she was setting up this freak off that led to her in this hotel beating. First of all, let me be the first to say, nobody deserves to be beat on, man or woman. Nobody should be beat on. Keep your goddamn hands to yourself, okay? Use your words. If you can't use your words and you get that mad, you walk away. You don't put your hands and feet on people. Anyway, they were trying to make it seem like she was the one that was so thirsty for a freak off. But you know what I'm hearing? When I keep hearing, I want to freak off so bad. I want to freak off so bad. I'm hearing, I want to get high so bad. I want to get high so bad. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not hearing what they're hearing. I'm not getting that. I'm thinking, yeah, she wanted to hook up with him before her movie premiere. And the only way for her to get drugs was for her to say, I want to freak off. Because they would be high out of their mind doing those freak offs. So high that not only were her inhibitions down, she was completely dumbed down and numbed down all the way. And they were getting to dangerous levels where people are overdosing and passing the hell out. The psychedelics mixed with that action is supposed to be a ritual in the coast. That he's one of the leaders of. Okay, see, I didn't know that part, but see, I was getting ready to go there. We always talking about how they have these secret things that they be doing. And these are you taking ritualistic rugs, psychedelic rugs that are used in spiritual ceremonies, slags, as a ritual is a very powerful ritual. If you don't know anything about spirituality, I suggest you go look up sex magic. Because that's what it sounds like to me was going on during those freak-offs. But it sounds to me, and I mean no disrespect to Cassie, I mean no disrespect to Diddy, but it sounds to me like it was a lot of drugs and a lot of violence, which means that that was some junkie-ish that was going on. I said it. Now, the going against her will, that probably happened when she was sober. When she wasn't jonesing. And I'm sorry that I'm saying it like this, and I know a lot of people are probably not going to be feeling this. I'm going to be Beyonce's lace front tonight and give y'all the unpopular opinions of how I'm seeing it. Am I saying or trying to take away from Cassie's experience in any way of what she went through? No. Am I trying to dumb down anything that she went through? No. Am I trying to desensitize domestic violence in any type of way? No. But what I'm saying to you is nobody is factoring that in right now in that courtroom. And I haven't really heard anybody factor that in on the internet either. But then again, I've been busy with my head down, minding my damn business, focusing on my own content that I really haven't had a chance to peruse the internet streets like I like to. And Rich Trapper can tell you that I have not been perusing the internet streets because I am normally in his nightly lives and I have missed the last two. Y'all are getting an Instagram live over here tonight, okay? I'm brushing my teeth and I'm talking to y'all. So if you don't like it, you can leave the live. Okay? Okay. And no, y'all ain't gonna watch me brush my tongue, you pervs. Not the regular people. I'm talking about the ones in the bushes that be, you know, being weird. I told y'all I like to brush my teeth. That's why I still have them. But anyway, I'm just saying. Jesus accept. Oh yeah, you could go. Wait, Jesus accept into his kingdom come. Thy will be done. What? Yeah, thank you. Cause Jackson J's mom is on bouncer duty and she is getting him up out of here. Hallelujah. I was trying to understand it. I'm like, maybe that was a type role, but I don't know. Anyway, any glasses in the chat if I'm making some kind of sense. LOL, send them to hell. And I don't care. I know my channel got in trouble before, but y'all need to go through my Diddy playlist and go watch the video on the liquor company. I'm still on that. I haven't left that theory. I have not left that theory about this being the reason why. Sorry, I dulled the light. About this being the reason why Diddy is in the jam that he's in now. That doggone thing, that lawsuit he put out there against them people. There's certain people that you don't mess with. Especially when you get to a certain level in this game and they open the door for you and they made a way for you. How dare you, you ungrateful colored person? So come in here and feel like you are going to bully us and tell us what to do with our old money and you new money. I'm saying there's a lot of layers to this. And if I'm going to be honest with you, do I think Diddy is going to go to jail? Yes, I do. I think he's going to serve time right now. That is my opinion, but that is an opinion. I want to hear what the situation is going to be with Jane. Now, Jane, don't tell me you're stealing TVs and VCRs. Don't tell me that you about to get blocked from up out of here. Bloop, bloop. Peace, Roberto. But haven't the feds been watching him for years, 15 years or so? That I don't know if they've been watching him for 15 years, but I know that they definitely were put on his tail when Cassie came into play. And according to Cassie, all of this stuff has been going on for 20 years. So for all we know, they could have been watching him for 15 years. They could have been watching him for 10 years. All they have to do as the feds is prove that he has a pattern of criminal behavior that is one of those 35 predicate offenses for a RICO case. That's all they have to do. Once they're able to do that, they can proceed on. And they can corroborate that he's done this for 20 years via Cassie and whomever else. Because after Cassie was this lady Jane. And Jane is not her real name. And the video about Jane is going to drop tomorrow. And I know that a few people were buzzing saying that Jane is supposed to testify tomorrow. No, Cassie is supposed to finish up tomorrow. And I believe she's going to finish up with the defense and be cross-examined by AUSA Johnson. And then Dawn Richardson is going to be the next star witness to come out. Child. I don't even know if I ever read Dawn Richardson's paperwork, but if I didn't, then I'll read her paperwork tomorrow to give everybody a refresher of what's what on that case. But y'all know I've been following this Diddy stuff from the beginning. So for me, breaking into this sector is what I need to do, and that's what I'm about to do. Dawn is next. Okay, so let me go ahead and I wish I could show y'all a video, but let me open my other phone so I could show y'all or read to y'all what they say about the next witnesses and what you can expect for tomorrow. All right. Let me go back over here to his page and I'm going to read it out loud for y'all. Today is the 15th. So that would be of no good to me. Okay, here we go. Oh, and Kid Cudi and Michael B. Jordan, because remember they were saying that Michael B. Jordan was introduced into the case. Well, apparently Cassie was seeing Michael B. Jordan at one point in time. I told people that the baby oil was never spiked. Like, that sounded retarded. I'm sorry, but it did. And I apologize for using the R word, but it sounded off to me. Like, why? First of all, the baby oil, it would have, never mind. I don't even want to get into all of that, but I been knew that baby oil was not spiked. And people used to really literally like argue me down. He was putting it in the baby oil. He was putting the GHB in the baby oil. And I'm like, bro, if he was putting it in the baby oil, it would have been so diluted. It would have been so diluted. And I don't know of any types of drugs like that are absorbed through this, except for LSD maybe. I don't know, but I don't know what they were doing because Cassie and Diddy were junkies. They were high-priced junkies, and I'm sorry, that's the facts. That's not me trying to be mean, but going off of everything that was typed up from Inner City Press today about this case, that's what it's giving me. It was giving me they were addicted to opioids and all types of stuff. Okay, it says, Mr. Combs. So, and he had a girlfriend named Gina. And Cassie was jealous. All right, so right here, did it come a time when he suspected that you were in a relationship with someone in the industry? Kid Cudi? Yes. Mr. Combs thought, hold on. Mr. Combs thought it would be good for your career if you collaborated with Mr. Cudi. Yes. When did you begin your relationship with Mr. Cudi? We enjoyed each other's company. You were in a relationship with Mr. Combs. We were on a break. But you were still doing freak-offs with him. Yes. After Mr. Combs found out by going through your phone, you went to see him. You knew... Oh, where was it? I lost my spot. Hold on. You knew he was upset. He previously attacked you. Cassie, yes, I thought I'd be safer with other people there. So then they took a break, and then they came back from the break, and they started back up. Your affair with Mr. Cudi was only a month long, but you got a burner phone for it. Cassie, yes. Mr. Combs kicked you in your back. Yes. This came up later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Kid Cudi. Cassie, he brought it up quite a bit. When he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right? Cassie, sometimes. He suspected you of having an affair with another person in the industry. You were in South Africa filming. Yes, honey 3. And Cassie laughs. While you were there, you saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina and were irritated, right? Cassie says angry. You blocked him and focused on the movie, right? Cassie says, I tried my best. Mr. Combs suspected you of a relationship with whom? Michael B. Jordan. So while Cassie was filming Honey, a little something with her and Michael B. Jordan going on. So that's where that came from. But now I just wanted to give y'all that. And then I want to get into where they talk about for tomorrow. Okay. And then of course you know that he's only given broken up portions because he can't give you the whole thing. All right. So they let Cassie go from the court, right? And the judge says, how much more? So the defense says, let me check. The AUSA Johnson says half an hour on redirect tomorrow. So Agnafilo, which you know is one of Diddy's lawyers, says, we'll figure it out tomorrow. So the judge says, have your next witness ready tomorrow. Who are they? AUSA Johnson, Dawn Richard. So there you have it. That's at the end of this, and court was adjourned after that. So there you have it. According to Inner City Press, Dawn Richards is going to be there tomorrow to testify. Cassie is going to finish up. She's going to be re-examined by the prosecution. The defense is not sure how long it's going to take them to finish up with her, but the prosecution says like a half an hour on redirect. Now, I don't even know if that's going to be enough for redirect because there's a lot of stuff that the defense came out with, and the defense was showing a lot of text messages. They were going back through the text messages to show their point, but the prosecution had their points too. Now, some people are walking away and they're feeling like, Cassie, knowing that he was jealous, knowing that he was high out of his mind, okay, and prone to go into rages, they're saying, and I don't agree with this, that she like not so much brought it on herself, but that she knew the consequences of what she was doing. I'll say that she knew the consequences of what she was doing by doing certain things while he was high. Like, for example, stealing his rugs. Cassie admitted that she had stole rugs from him before, and he was enraged when this happened. So now it's got me looking at that CNN video, because remember, she had a bag in her hand. And I'm wondering what was in the bag. Did she steal his rugs? I don't know. I'm asking. Do y'all think she stole his rugs? And that's why he was beating on her like that? You don't think that there was rugs in that bag? They were just doing a freak off. Now you can shut the fuck up. How about that? That is probably all how he also controlled her. That's a good point. That time, that was her purse. He wanted her phone. He was trying to stop her from calling to leave. I don't know if that was her purse. That was awfully big for a purse. Thank you. Right, Laura, that was a big bag. Because whatever it was, he grabbed it and went back towards the room. She followed him. They showed the 15-minute unedited hotel video. Right. It was an overnight bag. But I thought that was her hotel room. Well, she would still need an overnight bag, Henny. But that still doesn't answer. Like, y'all, okay, so let me say this. Her bag, his bag, whoever's bag it was. Is there a possibility that she stole his rugs? Because at the end of the day, now I'm accepting the no's, but I'm just saying, like, if you're saying no because it was her bag, oh, it was overnight bag, it was a tote bag, it was a this bag, we could debate about the bag, right? And you're saying no, he rented the whole floor. But there is a possibility that there were rugs in that bag. Henny, is it true that the judge not upset with Diddy's lawyers for wasting time? That I don't know, sweetheart. Thank you, Elisa. Yes, but we don't know. She wasn't close to her apartment because that was her premiere. Well, no. They went there to go do a freak off. They went there to go do a freak off because Kerry Morgan was at her house. So they went to the hotel specifically to do a freak off. There was an escort there with them. That's interesting. Mary says it's a way to degrade her, so he limits her rug use. Shaking my head, flashback. So glad I'm a whole new version of me. Diddy claimed it was his phone. At first, I thought he was dragging her back to the room. Then the new video showed he grabbed whatever it was. I think it was his rugs and money. I mean, again, that is a valid point. I'm not trying to say that that's what it was for sure. I was just asking, was it a possibility? Because here's the thing. If they're doing a freak off, and Diddy had also, here's the other thing. Diddy told LA dealers not to deal to Cassie anymore. So she was cut off from getting her own rugs while they were in LA. She couldn't get no more. That was it. Is it in his text messages? Look, when Mr. Combs threw you off the boat in cans, when he accused you of taking rugs and squeezed your leg. This is why I'm asking, because there's a history of her stealing rugs from him. And she couldn't get none in LA. So that's why I said, is that a possibility? Because he was so enraged. And she says at one point in her testimony that when she stole them from him before, he became enraged and instantly made me think about that video. And you got to remember, I'm not in New York right now. So I'm not at the trial, but I do plan on going to New York and getting to the trial. So I'm just telling y'all where I got the thought from. Now I've gotten a poll. Some of y'all say yes, some of y'all say no. But we will never know because they're not going to ask what was in the bag. And I highly doubt that Diddy is going to ever go take the stand. Hey, Sherm. She did admit that Diddy stopped dealers from selling to her. He kicked her off the boat because she was doing, no, he kicked her off the boat because she stole them. Uh-huh. Well, I seen a rug addict make a person look for some rugs they lost because they thought they stole them. So addicts will flip. That's what I'm saying. Cassie wasn't loved and she was involved. Are real victim. Oh, wait. And she was involved. There are real victims, but Cassie is not one of them. Cassie and Diddy were drug addicts. Apex. Simple and plain. They were both drug addicts, but that does not take away from the fact that she did go through domestic violence. And at the same time, we're talking about her messing with Diddy at 19, him being 17 years her senior, him introducing her into this lifestyle, him teaching her how to give oral slags, him introducing her into freak-offs, and this becoming a pattern of her life now. And at some point in time, yeah. Hello, Jacksonville kid. Get Justin Bieber on the stand, honey, and then tell me then if he innocent. I'm not saying that Diddy didn't do anything, and I'm not saying that Diddy did everything. But what I'm saying is Diddy did some things. That's what I'm saying. Diddy did some things. Well, I feel like, honestly, I feel like, I feel bad for what happened to her. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. But not looking at it the same way that I was looking at it before. Justin needs to get on that stand. Get Usher to testify. Oh, get Gene Deal. Get Uncle Gene to testify. How about that? How about we get Uncle Gene to testify? Get Gene Deal on the stand. I want to know if Roger Bonds is going to testify. Do y'all think Roger Bonds is going to testify? It's still trauma to the mind, body, soul, and it does manifest and make real. I need my internet to be like Jackson Jay's mom. 16 equal stupid, 17 equals stupid, but 19 equals adult. No. 19 does not equal adult. 21 is supposed to equal adult. But if you ask me, I feel like 25 is more of an adult age. Y'all don't think that Roger Bond is going to take the stand? Why y'all don't think he's going to take the stand? This is interesting. Wouldn't that be something if they called Jay to court? The brain don't stop developing until like 25, right? Infinite inspiration. But being on hugs, oh, I like that. She said hugs doesn't give him an out. Exactly. Even being on rugs won't get you a diminished capacity break. Can't use it and get away with anything. That's a fact, Christina. You and me, we here. I'm just saying, like, it changes the trajectory of things because now there's other things that I'm looking at like, could that be the reason why? Was this the reason why? Like, even with the mouth sore thing, like, I've never, and I've said this before, I have never, ever been in a situation where my mouth ended up getting so raw with sores. And I don't even know if those were friction sores or not, or if those were other bumps, if there was bumpity bumps all over. I don't want to get into that or not. I don't want to get into that or not. I'm not accusing her of having anything. I am not saying that. But I'm just like, yo. Girl, you know your teeth are white. No, they're not. I'm not accusing her of anything, but what I am saying, but thank you. Bumps in the mouth from giving too much head. I don't know. I've heard some wild stuff. I don't know. I know that there was a girl who like cracked her lips and she had these things like it ripped her lips, like trying to. And it was too, I don't know. It was just, but I've never. Yes, and remember the majority of jurors are in their 60s and 70s. That's not a good thing. I don't know. These people might look at this crazy. Diddy should walk. Cassie kept coming back willingly over and over. Okay, but Hooter, Texas, let me say this. This is why it brings things into a different trajectory for me. Just follow me for a second and hear me out. Hear me out. Cassie and Diddy were hooked on illegal substances. So was she going back for Diddy, or was she going back because she knew that she can get drugs in mass amounts? Could that be why she was going back? Because she knew that he was like the supply. She couldn't go nowhere else to get him. He was the only one that had him. So she kept going back. And she knew the only way that she would be able to get away with getting as high as she wanted to get was by going through these freak offs. So does this make different sense now? Was that what it was? She had to be. I don't know. I don't know. Listen. This is late night conspiracy theories with Henny, okay? She would have feared for her life. Diddy has other lawsuits against him about unaliving people and paying the cops and coroners off. So stop being so judgmental. Cassie was 18. First of all, Chelsea, who's being judgmental? First of all, don't come in my live trying to tell me what to do. That's one. Okay, that's one. Two, I'm offering an alternative. How am I being judgmental when they sat up here talking about it the whole damn thing? Did you read anything? Did you watch anything? Girl, boo, bye, and good night. Go to bed. Don't come in here with your negative stuff. If she's sitting on a damn stand talking about how she would be up for days, high for days out of her damn mind, then how am I judging her? Oh, well, then I apologize. Listen, I apologize, Chelsea, because at the end of the day, people be coming for me all the time. You got to understand, I be on go. If you new here, then understand I be locked and loaded, ready to go. So I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Charge it to the trolls and not my heart. This happens all the time, even to my regular people. I'll be like, what you talking about? Yeah, my bad. Diddy is getting railroaded. They better come up with some more evidence. All they've proved is he got high and whooped Cassie. That's not true. It's okay. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I was like, what? I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Now, back to you, Hooter, Texas. He's not, listen, they're proving that he human trafficked. Not only did they prove that he human trafficked, they're proving that he sex trafficked as well. Anytime you take a person across state lines with the intention of engaging in any type of prostitution, that's sex trafficking. When you cross lines with prostitutes, that's sex trafficking. When you bring a human across a state line to engage in slags with them for pays, anybody's getting paid, yeah. We're talking about Cassie and Diddy. And welcome, Dinky, to the bar. I'm not usually on this late. Let's watch some of them videos. Which videos? Door Jam? I don't know you. Kelly said there's more. There is more to come. So they've proven that. They've proven that he was involved in prostitution. So who was the other people? The little sex workers. The little sex workers. There's 18 male escorts. Was it 18 or 12? 12, 18, one of them. All I know is it was double digit. And she was going through the binder and naming the escorts that they were using. The escorts were moved from state to state and out of the country. 12. Thank you so much for that. It was 12 of them. And she named them. And guess what? Henny, you getting us drunk on the late night. And guess what? I guarantee you more than just the one that testified on the first day. There'll be more testifying. They have Jane that's getting ready to come in too. It doesn't matter. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. They both hit each other. She said on many occasions that she punched him in the face when jealous or mad. That's true. Apex keep getting timed out. They gonna mess up, and I'm gonna put them out for good. They keep it up. I think Cassie started because she loved him and wanting to please him, but she got manipulated and became. I believe she got manipulated, and I believe she also became hooked on the rugs. He was paying Cassie and Young Miami to look. I mean, it could be looked at that way. He was taking care of her bills. You could look at it that way. I did bring up that point about her being groomed. Absolutely. Listen, when you have these older men, and then you have an older man who's in a position of power who is now buying her cars, paying for her rent, paying for her day to day, getting her elevated, stimulating her mind, Craig, on different things. Um, she was walked into this lifestyle. She was baby stepped into it. It's not like she came in here and she was already advanced. She was 19 years old. She didn't even know how to. YouTube, forgive me, but I had to, she didn't even know how to do that. He had to teach her how to do that. And he taught her how to do that. And he brought her to the freak off level. Minstrel or not guilty, no way are they convicting him unless there is some bombshell we haven't seen. And if he is guilty, he will get an appeal due to the judge rushing her questioning. Hooter, Texas, you are entitled to your opinion, but over here I'm going off of what I know, and what I know is what was said, and also what I've read in law. There are 35 predicate offenses that can equal up to RICO: prostitution, human trafficking, sex trafficking, bribery, violence, arson, him blowing up Kid Cudi's car. That's RICO offensible. What else? Kidnapping. He kidnapped Cassie. He kidnapped his employee. That's another. He's got offenses that are equal in this RICO. It's just people are not smart enough to pick that up, that there is RICO. And I'm not calling you dumb or slow. I'm just saying there are things that the prosecution is absolutely proving. And you got to also remember, we just got into the case. It's not even like we are 6 weeks, 7 weeks down the line, or almost to the end where they're wrapping it up. We still don't know what else is coming. There's still employees and people who were close to him that are coming in to testify. So to say whether he's guilty or innocent 100%, there's no way to be able to do that. But thus far, from what I'm seeing, just from hearing what Cassie has testified to and the proof that they have put up, they've already proven those things that I mentioned. The trafficking, the arson. You know that carrying rugs across state line is considered trafficking too, right? They've already proven the rug trafficking. Do y'all think she loved him, or was it manipulation and he capped her up? Just a question. I do think that she fell in love with him, but I think it was a form of, what is that called? Oh God, I've said it so many times. When you fall in love with Stockholm syndrome. I think it's love and Stockholm syndrome. And I also think that there's a little bit of the addiction that was in there too. I do. I'm sorry. It's just something about it. I just feel like she kept going into them freak offs for the rugs. I really feel that way. I feel like she did it to make him happy. And when he was happy, she could get what she wanted. And that was the rugs. And that was to get him on a euphoric level. He's probably was more of a euphoric person when he was zooted up. It was just don't enrage him. Does that make sense? That's a trauma bonding, yeah, but he's the one that's causing the trauma. I think he got her strung out on rugs purposely to keep her around, similar to a pimp. She expressed her enjoyment through text after the freak offs. I mean, She was high? I'm just looking at it differently. Right, blackmail with the videos, that's also a RICO offense too. Go look up the 35 predicate offenses. I don't think she was in love with him. She like many other women was just caught up. Shiva, that's possible. She also wanted his affection and she knew he liked them. That's true. She knew he liked them. Like he probably would tell her she would get rugs after doing the things he wanted or something. Probably that's just like, okay, I have a video that I did on the young lady Jane. That video is going to be dropping tomorrow. I'll probably drop it after Spike Coffee in the morning so you guys can get that. The lady Jane, she was in love with Diddy. Like she fell in love with Diddy. And he promised her that they could have quality time and dates. Hey, Positive Vibes. They could have quality time and dates because that's what she wanted. But she had to do the freak offs in order to get that. And of course, he would get the freak offs and she wouldn't get what she wanted. Jane was never publicly involved with him, ever. She was never a public relationship. She was always something that was kept in the dark. Rico gonna be busy this year. Okay. Excuse me. Right, Beyonce's lace front. Rico is busy. Cassie said the baby oil was just baby oil. But what if Diddy laced the baby oil with rugs that seeped into the skin while doing the freak offs, rubbing laced baby oil on her? GHB is not absorbed through the skin. And that's the other thing. Ooh, I ain't heard nothing about GHB. Well, she said GHB once. She said GHB one time. And she said she went into a G hole and blacked out during a freak off. But in them Busby documents, see, I didn't trust Tony Bugsby when he was coming with his documents. I told y'all I did not trust him. I did not trust him. I did not trust him. Okay? Busby kept saying that his rug of choice was GHB. But in fact, according to Cassie and according to Jane, his rug of choice was ecstasy, mdma, and Molly. They did other ones. They did opioids and stuff like that. But I only heard her talk about GHB one time. And I'm trying to think. She said she used the opioids in recovery from the freak-offs along with IV fluids. Oh, God. Every time I talk about freak-offs and IVs, I just think about him and Janice sitting poolside with them IVs. And then they kiss on the mouth. Disturbing. It's just disturbing. And let me say this. When that Jane Doe case was coming down, I had said that Diddy had a U-shaped driveway at a house in Scarsdale. Now, do y'all remember when Gene Deal was telling us about what happened with Usher and Usher had to go to the hospital and he said that an incident happened at the Scarsdale home? Well, I went digging and found the Scarsdale home. And I was saying, how did Jane Doe know about this house right here? Who found the house? Busby had to have found the house and given her the information. And yes, there were gas stations all around. Some were closer than others, but there were gas stations. So there's a U-shaped driveway house in Scarsdale that is affiliated with Bad Boy. I found it. I did a video on it and people was mad at me. But there is a lot. And in the court docs, they were only looking at the Manhattan home and the Hampton home, but he didn't own that home. He was renting that home. But that home was still affiliated with Bad Boy because Harv mentioned that home in an interview a long time ago. And when you look the home up, it is affiliated with Bad Boy Entertainment because that was the first office of Bad Boy Entertainment in the basement of that home. So there's a lot of layers to this that have happened over the years. This is crazy work, guys. This is crazy work. Do you hear me? What's up with Meek Mill on the side of the boat holding his stomach? I have no idea. I don't know if Meek Mills is going to come and testify, but I've never publicly heard Meek denounce anything, and that's kind of suspicious too, but I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just saying everything is alleged until it is proven otherwise. I used to do the same thing when I was addicted to opioids. After rolling all night long on MDMA, I'd smoke some Fent the next morning and feel better. Oh, wow. Um, they some on nasty-ish and they older than me. Listen, this some whole next level stuff, okay? I don't even know. I didn't even know Fent could be smoked. I don't know. That's what they said. They said I repeated it. I ain't never did that. I ain't never did that. Uh Now let's see how you like being in timeout. French and Rose, be quick. I don't know who you're talking about. Who is French and Rose? Okay, why isn't it being broadcasted live? Because to my understanding, a lot of federal cases, when they're at the federal level, are not televised. It's when they're civil RICOs, like state level RICOs, that they can televise them. They're not televising it. However, comma, to my understanding, if you are in the New York area and you want to go see the trial, you can. They have overflow rooms where people are sitting and watching this trial. They are filming it. Like, there is a camera in the courtroom, and the camera in the courtroom basically is being shown to everybody that is sitting in the overflow rooms that are watching this case. So you have some people that go into the main courtroom, they're able to make it in there, and then you have others who are like in the overflow. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they opened it up to the public for us to be able to see what was going on in the courtroom, because I would like to see this and hear this for myself. The transcripts are not being uploaded quick enough. And so, yeah, that's another reason why I'm like, damn, I got to get back to New York and I got to get up there because I'm missing out and I want all of the transcripts the next day. You understand me? It was probably civil. Hold on. I'm willing to guarantee you that it was civil. It was a civil case. It was a civil case, Chelsea. Not deport Diddy. Where we going to send them Beyonce's lace front? Televised will not happen. I know. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard didn't involve multiple people, rugs and rugging and sexual assault. No, but they were definitely civil. Diddy is walking free. Hopefully he will change his ways. If he walks free, I hope he does. You're welcome. There was rugs and sexual assault, Jesse, but probably a bit different because no trafficking. Yeah, that's true. Not everyone sees the freak off. No, not everyone sees the freak off. And there's a lot of evidence that they're only showing exclusively to the jury and to Cassie. So like earlier today, I was talking to Uda, and Uda was like, what they do is they kill the feed to the rest of the rooms. So you don't get to see what's going on in the courtroom. So I'm quite sure that maybe even in the courtroom, there might be, I don't know. But either way, like his kids, let's talk about that for a second before I end up ending this live for the night. His kids are sitting in the courtroom listening to this. His twins, okay, Chad, you are going to be timed out just because you are spamming the chat, okay? have a 30-minute timeout. We know you want a free Diddy, and that's cool. You entitled to your opinion, but you're spamming the chat. I don't like that when you're spamming. Anyway, the twins, they got up and left while the slags worker was testifying. They were there for a little bit, then they got up and they left, and then they came back and he was still testifying and they left. Now they're gone. Allegedly they're down there handling like graduation stuff and all of that, wherever they are, when they flew out and they went back home. But the sons are all sitting in there. All of them are sitting in there. And the crazy thing is, King has his own cases. Let's not forget that. King has his own case that he needs to be worried about. I covered that on the channel. He's got his own case. If he walks free, it may make him feel empowered and get even worse. That's true too, because then he'll feel like he's bigger than the program for real. They were alleged by Amber. In this case, they were found. It's like comparing your personal stash to a dealer getting caught. I'm glad his daughters heard of their father's madness. I really don't think the kids should be hearing this. And I don't know how these sons are taking this. I want to know. Yeah, a lot of people forgot about King's case. Oh, yeah, the worker lady on the boat. Damn, I forgot about it. Yeah, see how I came back to you? That's how far back I've been in these cases. So I ain't new to this. I've been waiting for this moment. Okay, I've been waiting for it. I wish that I could have this moment for life. That's why I have to get up there. Listen, before I even started adding any videos to the list, which I think I only added maybe 1 or 2 more, it was like 22, 23 Diddy videos that I had done reading the Diddy docs and all of that. I remember that live with the docs on that. Yes, Tanya, yes. He shouldn't have been involving his kids. I always thought it was weird that he partied with Justin Bieber when he was like 12. Girl, it's weird that I heard his mama be around during some of these freak offs, child. But allegedly there was some weirdness going on. His mama, well, it was in the documentary. And according to his best friend, allegedly the mom's house was a whorehouse. She was a madam, from what I understand. I may have comprehended wrong what I was hearing, but that's what I got from that she was a madam. Trust you and me, we here. Okay, see, swagger low, we here. She said, yes, and he come back home. It's not going to be to stay. It would only be to cover the trial, and then I got to come back because my children are down here. My mama down here. But I would just be going up there to cover the Diddy case. I wouldn't wish hell on my worst enemy. I just hope that Diddy truly repents and turns to Jesus Christ. Girl, you better turn to somebody.
Shut up. Oh my God, I just got out the shower.
There was his girl on the first day. Case was in the stand and his mom's looking all types of messed up, but that's why he's the way from his mom do the same when he was younger. Yeah. I'm out. Everybody. All right. Have a good night. She looks like a madam. Yes, in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, just for a spell then. Yeah, just for a spell. His mom is weird. I mean, this whole situation is weird. But listen, you guys, I want to thank y'all for tapping in to late night with me. I don't usually do these, but maybe I will while the Diddy case is going on so that we could, talk about some of the stuff that's going on and going on. Now, be on the lookout in the morning because we are going to do Spike Coffee in the morning as we usually do. And I am going to be reading the Inner City Press tomorrow. Also, you have the Jane Tells It All. Victim number 2, Jane Tells It All. That video is going up. Go check it out. I just posted a video of the prosecution versus the defense, their opening statements according to the transcripts, because I do have the official transcripts for the first day of testimony. Thank you for the gift. And I'm going to give y'all the Slegs worker his testimony as well tomorrow. So you guys be sure you're tapped in and you have your notification bells on. I love all of y'all. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Make sure y'all lean on the like on the way out. When you rest well. Love all of y'all, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace, everybody.